Alrighty, so this lesson we are focusing on a topic that I find really interesting, and judging by the picture on the screen, you've probably worked out that it has to do with surfing. So our inquiry question today is, how did surf culture change Australian popular culture? When we think about Australia, one of the most prominent images that probably come to our heads is the idea of the beach and surfing. What's interesting though is that surfing didn't really become popular in Australia until the 1960s. This group of teenagers started surfing more and more, and they developed their own subculture. So these surfies, as they came to be known, came to represent a counterculture of pleasure and youthful rebellion, which caused a lot of conflict with different groups within Australian society. So we're going to watch a clip from 1964 that explores these cultural changes and some of the conflicting ideas about this subculture of surfies. Okay, here we go.
It wasn't long before surfboards, like motor cars, had to be registered for 5 or 10 shillings a year, and a fresh crop of signboards came sprouting out of the sand. To the beach inspectors, supervising surfboards became an even more arduous job than either chasing dogs off the beach or policing bikinis. For men like Bob Brewster, the beach supervisor at Manly, the surfboard was a challenge.
Well, board riders were just picking the waves that suited them, riding in amongst the public, and some of them were getting hurt, board riders and the public. We have incidences reported to us where chaps have been hit and cut about and have been taken to hospital through boards, and where board riders themselves have been hit with their own boards and their mates' boards. And it was just becoming bedlam at one stage. We have had to impound up to 28 boards on one day, and we have records showing this incident.
Well, in practical terms today, how do you police this beach against the troublemakers on surfboards?
We have PA systems along the beaches which we can broadcast to these chaps, and we give them fair warning. Now, if they persist in riding outside of their area, we have no alternative but to take their board from them, impound it for a time, or if they're really a menace, recommend to council that they be dealt with more harshly.
In sharp contrast to the controls on board riding is the boundless freedom and initiative of the manipulators of teenage tastes. If the resulting image was a colourful one, it also boosted the sales of peroxide, for many a bottle was emptied in conforming to the image of the blonde-headed, strumpy-wompy, real gone surfer boy. Inevitably, surfing music made a rapid climb up the charts of popular music, into the top ranks of the top 40, and with it rose the slick jargon of the surfers, much of it from the USA. But it was an Australian policeman, Senior Constable Ben Acton, who wrote a surfing song called Hangin' 5 that became a virtual glossary of surfing jargon. Somewhere between the weekend surfers with steady jobs and the surfing stars who earn a living shaping boards are the nomadic surfers, perhaps 100 of them in Australia, who roam up and down the coast in search of a wave. The car and the surfboards are essential, the occasional job useful. One of the boards cost £48, the car cost $30. Gavin Cooper is one of the nomads. He's facing his 21st birthday with nearly 5 years of wandering behind him. How did you blonde your hair?
Out of the bottle. Decore, proper stuff, Decore shows it up with a bit of peroxide and do it. Came out alright too at first time, I was quite proud of it.
Why did you do it?
Oh, just a year, one of the fellas sort of. Oh, sort of goes with it, The suntan, it's a good contrast. I like it, and I did it.
Just what sort of a pattern of life do you have, living a life of surfing?
It's a life, it's just a way of life, and something that I like, and I think I'm just made for that sort of life, and I'll carry on that way.
What sort of jobs do you take to get the money?
are the highest paid jobs I can get, mainly labouring, you know. You get a labourer's job and you get about 22, 23 pound a week. If you get a good job, you maybe get 25, 26. But you work and you save. You really squint and scrunch and that and save, and then you work for 2, 3, 3.5, 4 months, and then you just take the rest of the year off. Unless things go bad, you don't work. Sometimes you work a few weeks here and there.
What is it that you're trying to get away from by being a surfer?
The same day in and day out routine. You go to work in the morning, you come home at night, take them to the telly, you go to bed. Saturday, you go to the pub, you go to football or something like that. Sunday, you stay home, you read the paper, get a big hot dinner, you watch a bit of television, and you go to bed. And, it's just a routine after a while. I mean, you must get bored. I'm just don't like that sort of thing.
Alrighty, so surfing in Australia, as you can see, became really popular with the teenagers, and it became its own subculture with its own music, dances, magazines, movies, and slang. It created a new sense of identity, freedom, and rebellion amongst these young people, and that was viewed very differently from different parts of society. So we're going to explore surfing culture in Australia further next time we see each other. Bye!